You know, when Prime Ministers have something big to announce, they often appear outside Downing Street with a podium, don't they, and spout the usual stuff. Well, maybe after this news, Keir Starmer should take that podium but not put it here, he should put it outside of here. And that is because it looks like unemployment is on track to hit a 5-year high, and businesses are getting ready for another tax hit from Rachel Reeves. The jobless rate is also apparently expected to 4.9% in 2026, which I don't know about you, but it's just making things worse and worse and worse, isn't it? It's going to push up the benefits bill to new highs. And also, if there's more people out of work, it's going to actually be harder for people to get a job, isn't it? But just how long ago did we see this 4.9%? Well, apparently it was in early 2021, where we were all stuck inside due to lockdown, eh? But right now, it's at 4.7 and it 4.1 last August. So I don't know about you, but I personally think the Labour effect, shall we call it, has not only just made our lives worse, but it's also made employment worse as well. And the job market is struggling with fewer vacancies as well to add to this. KPMG, apparently a big consultancy, they say that things aren't looking up anytime soon. They reckon that businesses are worried about more government squeezes, and that seems to be what Rachel Reeves just loves to do, isn't it? First, she started off with companies. Now, from what I've heard in this year's autumn budget, she might be extending the fiscal drag and therefore will be coming after us more than ever, eh? But remember, Rachel Reeves, at the moment, she's kind of busy trying to fill this massive financial gap, possibly up to £50 billion. But remember when she took over, wasn't it a £22 billion hole that we kept hearing? And in which case, therefore, doesn't this prove that she's just made things worse? But not only that, but because of this slow economic growth and some costly policy changes, she's already hit businesses with a £40 billion tax increase, including a much criticised rise in employer national insurance rates, which, let's face it, yes, she was going on about, it's not a tax on working people, but if it's a tax on companies, they'll surely try to put their prices up to absorb the cost, which will then surely hit us in the long run because they put their prices up. So come on, Rachel, think. But anyway, with the public finances in such a bad state, there's talk she might try to get some more money from companies, landlords and investors to try to keep her promise not to tax working people, even though, of course, she kind of done it already, in my opinion. But there is a concern that Labour's changes to workers' rights might make companies hesitant to hire more staff. And the KPMG is warning that job vacancies will likely to keep dropping in the second half of the year as cautious bosses cut back on investment, which will in turn slow down the economic growth. And they say that the uncertainty before the autumn budget in November will keep hiring slow, with companies waiting for more clarity on the potential cost increases. So they unfortunately expect unemployment to keep rising, peaking at 4.9% in 2026. And as for GDP, well, the KPMG predicts it will grow by 1.2% this year, but slow to 1.1% in 2026. And these numbers, they are a bit of a blow to the Chancellor, especially with the government borrowing going up, productivity lagging, and critics saying that Labour's tax and spending policies might stifle growth, and that will surely prove people right, eh? But Mel Stride, the shadow chancellor, took a jab at Rachel Reeves and Labour, saying that they're asleep at the wheel and accusing them of causing spiralling debt and rising borrowing costs. He, of course, claims that Reeves has had a big financial hole to fill, but just to stick to her own financial rules, which she already changed to allow more borrowing. So what's the result in all this? More tax hikes in the autumn, more pain for working people more than likely, and a debt burden for future generations, I'm guessing. He says, though, it's not a government in control, just stumbling from crisis to crisis without a plan. But Reeves, though, well, what's she said about this? She apparently has denied facing a £50 billion shortfall. Why? Is it because it's £60 billion, eh? I'm guessing she would deny it, not only because she doesn't want to prove the other party's right, but also, let's face it, her job is more than likely on the line itself. But she can't, let's face it, how can I put it, pee on us and telling us that it's raining forever, can she? many people still expect it to be tens of billions of pounds at least, and fixing this deficit will mean either big tax hikes or spending cuts. Surely that is, unless of course Labour goes back to using their mythical money tree of Jeremy Corbyn, let's say. Analysis though, they think tax increases are more likely after the government scrapped earlier plans to cut welfare spending and winter fuel payments for pensioners due to backbench opposition. And under her election promises, Reeves has ruled out raising income tax, VAT, or employee national insurance contributions to protect working people. However, economists think she might just freeze the income tax threshold, potentially raising up to £8 billion for the government, which, remember, will be out of our pockets if she does not extend the freeze. So thanks a lot, Rachel. Anyway, what do you all think about this? Let me know down in the comments. I'll be back very soon with some more videos, so make sure you click that subscribe button down there so you don't miss my next one.